Good morning, you guys hear me?
You said it's a cubes. Good the robust dialogue with Denmark. Said cubes media coordinated.
You guys hear me? Anyone? Thank you, Bantex. I'll be back in a minute.
Risk disclosure statement. There is a risk of loss in trading stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, derivatives, options, forex, and cryptocurrencies. This risk can be substantial, and therefore investors should generally consider their financial stability prior to trading. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. The software, strategies, chat rooms, websites, and any associated websites or digital venues for educational purposes only and should not be considered as an express or implied promise or guarantee that you will not turn that losses may be limited in any manner whatsoever. Users of the information accept full responsibility for the outcomes of their deployment and hold status connection, LLC, and any associated agents, management, owners, and customers regardless of reservation. Please trade responsibly. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, Rule 4.41, hypothetical and simulated trading performance results have certain inherent limitations, some of which are described herein. No representation is being made that any comparable or slightly achieved profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical or simulated performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they are generally prepared with the benefit of hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading record can completely account for the impact of financial risk in actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses or adhere to a particular trading program by trading losses are material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. Because these trades have not actually been executed, hypothetical results may not or overcompensate for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as market liquidity. There are numerous other factors related to markets in general or to implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in simulated trading or in preparation of hypothetical performance results at all, of which can adversely affect actual trading results.
All right, good morning. Starting the day out with some torture, but I vowed to get better with my tick complaining. I've always justified it by saying, if I get it out of my system, my head won't pop off. But all I do is trigger myself the more I talk about it. But I mean, it just started off the same way at the time. So I'm long Izzy here, and there was a yellow brick road. I'll show you that. But so I came up here originally. I missed the fill. You can see my by a tick. It's literally like a broken record. Hold on, let me get my drawing tool. So I was willing to take this one ATR. I just took it aggressively. I was assuming it was just going to bounce off here. It actually did. So technically, I shouldn't even have taken this if I'm taking back in black until it bounces off the blind spot too, right? But I had it up here. Don't get filled. Chased it down, right? Then it came down within a couple ticks of that and didn't fill me there. I had my order working here. So I jumped up and chased it up just for a couple and then put it back on actually and then got out in front of this stuff again. But it's uncanny at these prices. But I've got to stop dwelling on it because it literally just sends me in a spiral because it just pisses me off so bad. But this is like a reason why you can put these on too. Like the more things it has to get through. So I took it because off of this blind spot, this reversion off the blind spot, and then it also had to get through the lug for me to stop out. It'll actually switch over. So you got the lug up here too, and it was marker, and it was a back, and this is why I did this too, back in black off of that. So you have market profile, composite, blind spot, and for me to be wrong, it's got to get through the lug. So those are, again, you can say I'm only taking reversions if it's got to get through multiple things. I didn't know we had an NQ of that. Hold on a second. So there's your reversion right quick before the open. If you took that one, I'm sure Curious got it. I'll take come back yet. So I'll take reversions off of that. I mean, you got that open here in 2 minutes, but all right, not sure what's going on here. That looks like news. We'll find out after it rips. All right, you got A plus reversion. You got to decide if you want to take this into the open. I'll take it, especially if it's to the long side. So all the thing ever does is go up. Feels like. But this is risky, right? And when the stock's open, this thing could just rip right through all this. So you got to be okay with it. And I'll put my stop below this call resistance here, and then we'll go over an A plus for reversion variation that I just completely have been blanking on using the footprint more, and I'll show it how to bring it up on this too. It's pretty simple. So I'm working that. Let's see where we're at here right quick. We are at 25,878. So we're in between these Izzy zones. Can bring this one down a smidge more to catch that directional conviction from yesterday. So actually, it's right on the edge of that. So if this turns into a bearish event, I'll take an Izzy short. This is where this broke down from yesterday. If this stuff turns bullish, you can take an FBB off of that, dude. The event is right there, right at the high value node. So Izzy shorts, and I'm not going to enter in this zone. I'll move it outside of here. I could put on 3. Again, this is all just let's get this open going, and then we'll make better decisions.
10 seconds.
Let's see what we got.
S&P 500 downside for Friday and on Nasdaq 105 side 36.8 million, Dow 30 sell side 33.
All right, I got lucky on that guy. So that's exactly why you don't want to have these order. I mean, I got filled. Hey, did I get filled to the tick in a positive way there? That's nuts. Anyway, this is what you risk by having orders resting into the open. That could have easily just ripped right through my order. But I got filled and I got out actually a better price. So A plus reversion winner. Kind of, I don't want to say I got lucky, but kind of got lucky. All right, so this is officially a short setup, though. It did tag the ATR. You guessed it, to the tag. I mean, Bookmap Bob said it qualified, so I mean, it was like right there. Let's see if that was officially. I think that he said it.
Russell like US counts the 190 plus I like they want to speak in Copenhagen. Remember, those are the two that were going to Copenhagen.
No, so that never tagged the ATR, and you could take a bark lick off of this. I wouldn't take I take FEB off of this, so I can go long bark lick right now. Let me chasing it here. Of course, I missed it, and then FBB off of this guy. You're taking it right into the X1 though, but I don't have rules not to do that. I'm gonna put on the spark lick here. I can't get over to Russell right now. Anyway, that did the ATR, the retest, confirm. It came back. I got in right in the middle, but it already cleared this, so I'm all right with it. And if this breaks out of here, I can take the FBB long too. Off of let me get my stop in here. In case this thing rips down. I'm gonna move it below. This is where I'm trailing my stop to the most recent event, right? So I took bar click off of this, ATR retest confirm. Stops here, new event. Stop should be here. I don't want to stop out in that stuff, so I'll move it just below there. Put it at 15. And show FBBs off of this guy. But if this turns bearish, I'm going to still take a short. This newest one is not validated alongside, so I could still take a short here. Izzy short. We'll get in at the same price. I'm going to stop out of these. Actually, it's 23.25. What are you guys sending me? It's got to be doing runner. No, Nick. You got 242 buy ice. Where? Hold on, could you post the zone here? I don't want to be taking trades that are not.
You short validated. short retesting.
All right, so that already retested. It doesn't count as a retest unless it actually hits the ATR, but for our purposes, it already retested. I'm not seeing any buy ice here on either. Computer. 884.50 to 873.25. Goodness gracious, what time was that? That's just not, it's ridiculous. I don't have it on bookmap data or on my rhythmic. It's a big deal, obviously. This is the crux of my trading, and it's like if it's not firing off events on two different platforms. I'm gonna have to send this to the developers. 73.25. It's not that big of a difference as far as what I'm gonna do here. Because I'm waiting. If I'm taking Dizzy short, I'm waiting for it to clear that last zone. I did that first one anyway. Sure why that looks like that. All right, so in this case, it's not that big of a difference, but it's a big deal, right? But anyway, I took Barklick off of this, trailing my stop to that for the long. I could take the Izzy short off of this or this. Either way, I'm putting it through this prior event. Why does this zone look like this? I don't understand why that is like half. Because it's overlapping this guy. This is borderline. Well, this already did it. It's going to do it right now. I wouldn't give you verbal action for this A plus.
And you short validated.
Looks like it already tick. Exact tick. So that worked. I just obviously didn't have the zone drawn. So. All right, so now you got two events that have now proven bearish. I mean, I'm long Barklick, but that guy tagged the ATR to the tick. This guy tagged the ATR pretty much to the tick. So either way, I can take that is he's short. Yeah, see, it didn't draw in it. It's just I don't get it. It's not like it was like right at threshold either. You guys said it was 242. So. What I did here too, this is just a huge merge. Hold on. I think I need to be out of this gold here. All right, so I did take down here quickly gold. So it's an Izzy. This was a variation A plus reversion. I'll go over that here in a second, but I took an Izzy here. It was actually a yellow brick road. I didn't get that one on, but I did get the Izzy, and I still have one left here. This is right into the lug right now, I think. So with price change, so I'm gonna be getting out of this right now. There's your lug. I'm out. So that was this guy here. I just got out of that one. And then I got, I am right now a short Barklick. So, I mean, I was pretty convinced this thing was going to break based on my, still not out of the woods yet, but now you're looking at another potential FBB here. We get new lugs. I take FBB long. The move out of here is going to be a big move, very likely. But, it should have broken to the upside the other day. It should have broken to the downside yesterday, and it just keeps spinning around in here, right? So that's a balance, smaller balance within the balance. It's all fractal. If you get events here, I'll take FBB longs. I probably wouldn't take double size until it can break out of here just so I don't get whipsawed again. But the move out of here is very likely going to be a whopper. So pay attention to that, especially on 4 times Friday. Anyway, that all this activity, I combined these two. It was like buy ice, sell stops, double whammy, kind of a reverse double whammy a little bit. That was into this guy. So I took the Izzy long there, and it was yellow brick road long. I didn't get that one off, but that was yellow brick road. When you form new lugs, and if the market holds directional yellow, prior red, or in this case prior blue, and your entry is above the prior blue, take that. That worked. Your assumption then is the next red, and that's exactly what happened, right? This is why we came up with this, because we will come up with a thesis based on when we draw new lugs. If it can hold prior blue directional yellow, you expect blue. If it can't, and it gets above prior blue directional yellow, then you expect the other one. So then we came up with a trade. When you get an event, you jump in. That's yellow brick road strategy. So I'm out at the lug, exactly, bounced. This is yesterday's activity. This needs to be merged. Important what happens here. So if it accepts in here, we get another event, you can take a pick. I'd probably take that aggressively just because that FBB isn't on the table, once, especially if we get new lugs. And what do you expect when it gets in the market profile composite, the other side, especially when I tried to break down, I couldn't get in there. So that's what's expected. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but it's what usually happens. And we already looked at the FBB, so I'd like to see some new lugs for that. That I'm out of my long there. As it gets us chopping around. Oh, the guy's bullish. I got this at 50 ticks. I could probably move this down. Let's see. Yeah, it's only at 20, so I'm gonna move this back down to a 20 ticker. Didn't did you come up with that scale? Yeah, I think he posted something the other day. I didn't get a chance to look at it. So it's not so cut and dry, you want a kind of a sliding scale for the ATR. And I got to do that also we need to do that for the footprint too, for when it gets more volatile. For instance, I moved the footprint for gold to 20 ticks. Let me show you this quick. This is actually in the course. I don't know why I just been forgetting to look at footprint, but it's another way to take A plus reversions and kind of see what's going on, with clusters of volume. Anyway, my bar click stops here, and I'm going to take Izzy short here in Nasdaq if this breaks. Pretty important area, like I said, just for this little dude yesterday, we broke down, came back, high volume node. If it fails, then expect probably another one of these. If it gets back above there, I expect that. Just thesis wise, I let the volume events tell me what to do. Like I say 50 times a day. All right, anyway, for this, this is a variation A plus. I go over it in the course and I just keep forgetting it. But this was gold earlier. It's the same principle. And it was heavy relative volume too. So on this move down here, say, look how this changed. All of a sudden it's 2,700 contracts, right? I moved this to a 20 tick too. In the course I have it at 10 tick, but the ATR is like, what is it today? 63. So, gold ATR is usually around 20. I mean, back in the old days before it's done this parabolic move. So I had it at 10. I could probably even move it higher than 60. I got to kind of look at it. I just been ignoring it. But anyway, so this was this move down here, right? That was this guy here.
Seeing shares of some company for Trump administration. After a report that Trump administration is deciding to curb power prices.
So this was heavy relative volume as well, which usually is, corresponds with that, not all the time.
Upsells here, 331.
A second. Anyway, if you get your entries back into this high volume bar, that's a version of an A plus, right? And it was heavy relative volume to boot, right? So we usually go prior events. Well, this is the same concept. Traders just got run over here, just not minus 900 delta, meaning they just unloaded, and it was 2,700. I'm not looking at so much the delta. I'm just looking at the volume, right? Traders are holding their breath. They're like, what just happened there? Please come back to let me out. And then it comes back to the zone. That's like an A plus reversion variation. I go over it in the course and I keep forgetting to watch it, and I'm going to watch it quickly. Someone keeps asking here, Craig or West. So on the footprint here, it's on here too. It's kind of scrunched in here, and I always forget to look at it here too. I have no reason not to see the footprint. I have it on here, right? So you're going to see that same right here. See that? So you see it here as well. So anyway, you just go in here, set the footprint up. This is how I have it set up. You got to know your tick ranges. I use a reversal bar. Again, gold used to be 10, now it's 20, right? So you come in here, you pick footprint bar type reversal. Reversal ticks I put to 20. And then this is all personal preference. And I put footprint, I want to see the sum. So I want to see the delta and the sum, and I want it to be a reversal. So every time it reverses 20 ticks, it draws a new bar, right? And that's the same look I have over here on this one. So that I don't get all technical with the footprint, right? Like, oh, here's a point of control, big volume area. I mean, if you can make money doing that, great. I trust me, guys. I've spent years, like, again, before Bookmap, I was out of the business because I couldn't find anything. And trust me, I tried to use footprint. It was called Market Delta. I've talked about this before. They actually went under, right? So it's like that was the way I was trying to read volume until Bookmap, and it's useful, but it's not like it's not the way. It's not the way the light. This is the way the light. All right, I just got out of my Barclick, and I am short Izzy. Supposed to put on 3. I'll play price change game. The way this is trading is very likely going to pop back up here. I'll put on the rest. I got 2 on out of 3. So put on unmute that guy. Barclick lost. So try to ruin my 4 times Friday. Wish I didn't fill on that. Didn't fill. All right. So it wasn't that bad of a loser because I was able to trail my stop as well, right? And so I'm out short. I got a flow alert again. I don't know why I'm not watching the hero. It's the entire market. I do this almost every morning lately. I'm not seeing, I don't know, that's gold. All right. I mean, so I don't have rules as of yet on flow alerts because sometimes I'd say 1 out of 4, it keeps going. But this is usually what happens. So, hopefully I can withstand this flow alert and not get stopped out. But I don't have rules. I will take reversions off of flow alerts. Like if there's nothing else there and I get a flow alert, for instead of a back in black, you can just jump in. I'm short, stops up here. I'm not going to move it above blind spot 8. I'll just leave it or 9, 10, 75. If it pops up here with price change, I'm going to put on the other, I'll put on 2 more. So I'm just going to do, I forgot what I was going to do here. So this is what normally happens 3 out of 4 times, my guess. Flow alert, hero turns up, the big options order came in, hero turns up, market turns up. So it already happened pretty much. So hopefully I don't get stopped out on that, but that's what that little blip was. All right, so this is interesting. This is probably what triggered this hero move. Hero did go from, we'll read back in here too. Went from 0 to minus 1.7 billion pretty quickly. Stopped me out of my bark lick. But that was, you can see here on this trace. Watch this stuff come off here. We got that. Market's just sitting here. Comes off. Hero gets smushed. So there's not a lot below here either. Like we were talking about this yesterday when the sell-off actually held for, didn't just bungee jump. That starts filling in, that's when we usually get the rips back up. So that's why we want to keep an eye on that. Right now, that looks like all systems go to 0 for Friday. Friday swipe down to 0. Armageddon. Black Friday. I don't have any opinion. Like I'm kidding. Like I kind of want it to get killed, but I don't like I'm not double sized anything up here. Right. Like if it holds here, it's it's not bullish, but it's not like I'm firing on it. If that guy got violated, then I would take double size shorts. But that's a long way away. 25,500. Yes. Same thing. My volume node came back basically right there. It hasn't, gets through there. You can take FBB longs. If not, expect it to come down here, and I would take double size shorts if it broke this guy. Say 69.40. We'll read spot gamma here in a second. Forgot about crude. There was an event here. I'm not taking sexy gexies off stop runs in these other markets because the options complex isn't that powerful. Just on stop runs, if it was buy ice, I would take it. But this is the strongest gex level, so you could say I don't take them. And I may change this, right? I might say I don't take stop runs into gex levels unless I get multiple gex levels and they're the strongest ones. Then I might take it. But I'm not doing that as of right now.
Terms going to give the US NAB and HB and then forecast 40 by 39.
All right, so that's just breaking.
Also mind that Trump is due to speak for the event.
So we get some more Trump chirps today. It's been nonstop lately again.
Participated great historic investment.
Watch for this. Line in the sands 59.
Get out the video.
Bail balance break out of that guy.
AMD shares up 147%.
This isn't Izzy.
The right science data center link with company dropped in.
So, I mean, this looks pretty bullish overall, to be short term. It's gotten back into this guy. We talked all about this bail balance breakdown of that. Fought, put up a fight here, and then ripped, came back, held it again. Now it's just coming back here. So, I mean, I'm not going to trade double sized longs here, but that does still look pretty bullish. You say ZS? Yeah, not ES is ES. Soybeans. I haven't been looking at grains lately either because I'm having a hard enough time keeping up with everything else, but trade grains just like anything else. All right, so this moves out here. I'm going to take an Izzy long 59.68 put on 11. I'm going to play price change game in this clone nose market.
We have posted another video of PHP watch.
I forgot to switch my switch over to March. We just rolled. I love the rolls. Minus the love part. All right, so that's one area. I'm going to go long. That turns bullish. Algo guy is bear just pulling right now. You could take reversions now. You just don't want to take it as this crosses. So that's already crossed. So if you get a reversion long, you could take it. But algo guy is bearish as of right now. So if this turns to turn into a bearish event, you could take Barking Lake shorts. Got nothing lugs. I lost all my composites because I rolled over to March. We got to fill these in later. I wouldn't merge. That's not really 50%. So the rule of thumb is 50% merge. That's like a quarter. So I probably wouldn't merge that one. So, but this is a potential pick here too. This is basically that balance we just looked at, right? So I could take pick and Izzy longs if this does not turn, if this turns bullish. 69. Right, this already retested a couple times too, so no reversions. Already happened. So I can't take it off call resistance here. I wouldn't do anything with this stuff. Yes. All right, so I'm watching down here to get out of some of these. If it, if I'm getting price change into this stuff. Again, I'm going to set up accounts where I just want to see what my results are versus getting out, piecing out, or just holding trades until you get opposing events. I just want to see the difference. I'm still convinced that getting out and playing the price change game is the best way to go, but I want to see the results when you just wait for another event to get out of the trade. It's a lot easier on the mind too, where you're not, should I get out? Should I hold it? You can basically just wait for an event on the other side. Sometimes you're going to catch some huge moves before that happens.
370 contracts.
All right, Pukaruski's here. Let me get out of one of these. You got a number here too. So I popped out of one of the Izzy short.
The video is on feed.
Got that. You got those. You got price change down in here. So if it keeps going, I got one on. If it pops back, I can start playing the game. And we got new reversion potentials here. I'm not taking the Gexies off of this. Keep an eye on real well too. You don't want to be taking reversions in a relative volume. Yeah, I want to keep an eye on the footprint because this could be potentially an A plus variation. Why is this not making noise now? Not say anything crazy as far as bars. Take this reversion up with support though. And get down there. So I could have taken it's already gonna come back now. I just didn't get down here quick enough. Surprisingly, it was to the tick though. I don't know if you guys can believe that one. Giving this a shot. Some numbers in 3 minutes. I'm just hoping it could pop back up here. And I chased it too. So you can wait a second too, especially if you have this stuff. This stuff was firing off. Like you can be like, I'm gonna wait. They're still hammering this thing. I'm gonna hop out of this other Izzy right here just because we have the number. Where I put support. I usually wait for the lug, but I'll put them back on. We pop back up here, I'll put them back on. What's probably going to happen now is because I got it on my short now and I'm long, the reversion is probably going to get smoked, but that's all right. I don't know what's going to happen next. I got to use my best judgment on that. This is, yeah, I'm fine with all of this, right? So I take reversion back in blacks off yellow lugs, extreme standard deviation to VWAP. It's not a dada. Doesn't mean it's 100%, but it's a higher percentage to hold. Right. So I'm out of my short. Once this number comes out, we pop back up. I mean, it's new information too, by the way. So I might not even put it back on. We'll see. Things change when new information hits the market. So it was maybe a little bit on it. Anytime you make money being short these markets, you should just be tickled because it's just so hard to stay short. All right, I'm probably going to get out of this end of the number though, if I can't pop back here. Housing market. Then we got Fed clowns today too, 8:50 or 9:50 Central, 10 o'clock Central, back to back. And I'm gonna get out of a couple of these. I'll just flatten them. I'm holding as best I can. The other thing too is someone always has the number, right? So I should have just got out of this entire thing. The spot's back here, I'll just get out. If not, I'm gonna flatten it. We've seen it a million times. Somebody always knows. I'm out. Still taking down here off Gex 3. This does a swipe down here after the number. I'll put them on down here. The three guy. Can't play somebody near the number. It's weird. Well, that was my decision to get out of that short too, but that's what it is. Nothing here now. Back in black wise, you are coming up point of control. You can always use that for a reason. That's 87.25. That's a little lower there. I'll take it off Gex 3 if it bounces off Gex 3 here. This isn't really back in black. It's going to be aggressive, but I'll give it a shot. For me to be stopped out of this, it's got to get through Gex 3, these, that point of control, that market profile composite. Doesn't mean it's coming down here though. So this is what I mean by if you say I'm only taking 3s, that's great. You're going to miss 2s and 1s nonstop. So you got to make a decision if you're okay with that.
Yes, long ended.
Come on. You did have a spike of the raw vol, a couple bar. This is the 1 minute. I'm still okay taking it. I cost myself 60 points not staying. I can't, you can't sit there and say woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? Like I made the best decision I could. Just sucks. Like, I mean, the number was coming out too. We were at important areas. I was fine getting out of there, but it sucks watching it drop another 60 points because you all know how much I love watching the markets get killed. ATR is climbing. I'd still keep it at 20 or 25. But if it gets up to 40, I'll switch it to 50 ticker. Give me one more wave down here, fill me, and then rip all the way back, like you always do. This is interesting. You see this basically never. Seeing just pop 700 million. I mean, we had a little pop here, but nothing significant. That means somebody's absorbing the hero flow. I'm not doing anything off it. I'm just observing it. The thing we want to watch is the trace. See if anything's filling in here. See, this sucks, right? This is very likely going to come back now. I got nothing on. So that was my decision to take the 3. There was nothing here back in black for me to take the 2. It doesn't mean you can't take it, but you got to take them every time. You can't sit there and say, I'm going to take this one. I'm not going to say that one. Don't be a sozo. Who, by the way, is not in there anymore. I guess I hurt his feelings. But guys, I'm telling you, like, I'm not going to sit there and watch you make stupid mistakes. Like, that's not, especially one when you're putting stuff in the room that other people are trying to learn and then they get confused. Two, I'm trying to help you be a better trader. If you can't take it, you're in the wrong business. That's all I got to tell you. I mean, it's half joking, half serious, right? But it's like you're in here for a year and you're still making those mistakes. I'm gonna go off on you. I'm sorry. It's just what's gonna happen. There's no excuse for not knowing just the stuff he was saying. It was literally like a guy, someone who's been in here for a week. Can I use the NASDAQ algo guide to judge my bar click and ES? Where's my stop on a hot knife through butter? Like, it's like, what? I just don't understand. Thing now, too, guys, I mean, your learning curve should be so much, what's the word, sped up or flattened or whatever with this Fathom. You go in here and you can see all of these webinars every time I talk about something and click on the thing and it takes you right to when I'm talking about it. Like the old way, yeah, I can see it's very tedious sitting there watching an hour long webinar, hour and a half long webinar trying to find stuff that I'm talking about. Now you got no excuse, right? So if you're not getting better, that's on you. Not getting better and not following the rules. Still hasn't. Well, this ATR worked actually. I don't know if you guys have seen this one to the tick. Back to the zone. I didn't even hear this. Oh wait, or did I? Yeah, I did. Sorry. Thought that was a new step run. All right, so I got out to look like I was supposed to. Any new events here though? I'm taking FVB longs here in gold. See how we're through this little guy here. I'm not going to take double size again longs until we get the hell out of this thing, but telling you, you're going to get a whopper out of that. Very, very, very likely. So this sucks. Can't just swipe down here and fill me. Sure Curious has got this on. I love how he tries to hide his drunk texts saying he was cleaning his keyboard. I love the eyeballs too. Right here. I was cleaning vacuuming my keyboard. Yeah, you were drinking vodka. One of the two. I'm just kidding. That what is ticking off here? I got an alert somewhere and I
put other video report.
never can find them. Well, you know what it is. It's Russell.
We did have US and give US I've spoken to Rosa Pallavi not too long ago, early in the week.
Looks like I missed a nice reversion here. Got really close to X1. Kind of went through blind spot. This would have been a judgment call here. It didn't really bounce off X1, but actually it already did it up here. So you wouldn't have taken that anyway. Remember, once it does the reversion, there's the 2. So the 2 and the 1 both work there. I don't know if there's anything else that you could have taken it off of, but I was screwing around with the NASDAQ and the 18 events in there. I don't really see much back in black wise, but the 2 and 1 did work. So once it works, I don't take them coming back. Straight spot gamma. Well, I'm just gonna cancel this for now. If it comes back there, I'll put it on.
The video for Trump has started.
There we go. Now we get some Trump chirpers.
They-
Hey, by the way, this is why this is rallying. Turned on the dime here at 10:01 Central. It's 8:01 my time. 10:01:30. Twenty seconds later. Yeah, it's some filling here, but nothing crazy. Sure wish there was a way to see that turnaround. Coming, that is. I see the turnaround, but by the time you see it, it's too late. Major data, but we got two Fed clowns coming up, like I said. Be ready for that nonsense. 8:50, that's 9:50 Central, 10 o'clock, back to back. More Trump chirpers later. Another Fed clown later. SPX indicated open 69.50 is right in the center of the 14-day prevailing range. Our risk pivot remains at 68.90, and we want to remain long while SPX above that level, eyeing the 7,000 area of resistance in FOMC. Today is January OPEX with expiration on Wednesday. We got to really pay attention to that. I've gotten killed on this day, like taking reversion trades under that multiple times. With SPX at all-time highs and realized volume at 8%, the OPEX edge would be in looking for SPX vol to increase with some like mean reversion to SPX prices. However, for the SPX, this expiration seems to not matter much as SPX GEX shifts quite lightly. Yellow equals GEX after expiration. Purple. Simply stated, OPEX does not seem to loosen up SPX GEX today all that much, nor shift into a negative downside stance. Additionally, we're heading into a 3-day weekend I didn't realize that. That's this Monday, I guess. Incentivize traders to sell short-dated options in order to collect extra perceived decay. Given that if any equity weakness was to arrive, we'd anticipate it as a next week thing versus today. Keep reading that. I just want to see where we're at here. 69.50. So down here is where he says lights out. So we cut our side here as toughest traders have sold calls in the previous 7,000 attempts, and vol is likely to be sticky, which removes man as an upside surprise. It's likely stocks need a catalyst to that FOMC earnings to push higher. Single stocks will likely lose a lot of. He spells lose the right. What is the deal lately with people spelling lose LOL loose? It's like the newest. Like, did they change the English language? Like everyone's like you'll see it on social media stuff. Loose. Loose. It's not loose. It's lose. It drives me crazy when people do that. Unless I missed the memo on that. A lot of in the money deltas from calls have built up value over the last year. I told you I'm losing it, guys. So you got to bear with me. All these tick outs are starting to show. We think OPEX could therefore bring some net selling of single stocks, but we hesitate to expect much until the SPX pivot is broken. 68.90. Again, if that level is broken, we do not think the material vol selling will occur with FOMC on Wednesday, 128. Further, the single stock side eyes are set to earnings, which pick up in earnest next Wednesday. Single stock vol is not going to be sticky, is also going to be sticky for the next week due to earnings. You can see the compass, which measures 1 month DTE. Many top names have IV ranks that are in the 30-50% area. Crowded bullishly move lower in stocks, can shift these names towards puts call. By the way, the other day too, like when I took all those FBBs, when I got smoked, I had like 4 positions on double size. We don't look at the tick that often lately. But if you're expecting a big move, that thing better be making some extremes, right? So it was this here. I loaded up. Remember those FBBs on the? It was like this stuff here. What day was this? 114. It was this move here, I think, right? Yeah. So I was loading up down here, right? And it was this little, you can't really see it on this bar, but it was like, it was into this Izzy zone. And it did, first of all, I was taking FBBs down here. This is too far from that, but I was taking double size shorts. This is, through here is fine. Down here, you're asking for it, especially in an Izzy zone. But it did that. I got stopped out of everything. And the tick never sniffed extremes. Like if the overall market, yeah, I understand that the hero is driving everything, but if the overall market, this tick thing isn't getting near extremes, it's very, very, very unlikely going to keep going. What was that? I just filled in. I got my Izzy and my pick on in crude. And I think we all know what happened there. How they put on half size, so fell to the tick, it comes back. Actually, I got to set up these. I don't have my market pulse set up for merge. So we go to market pulse. I'm gonna get rid of these. Create. So I'm just using default. Hit play. Order book pressure and balance. That's just showing you net. Look at that. I need to look at that more too. So I know there's edges in there. And then pace of tape and balance. There's edge in there too. Pace of tape's way more important than order book. Order book's them than just screwing around trying to scare people without actually trading, right? So that's how I do it. The only one I change is volume, pressure, and balance, and I move that one to an hour. That's it. Then you can now put these all together. All right, so if this price changes, I'm going to put on the other half. Actually, I got to mute all these or I'll lose my mind more than I'm already losing my mind.
And two stocks and few 181 contract.
All right, I want to put this back, this reversion on, but now we have a new event, so that's not happening anyway. Now you do have an A-pluser potentially. So again, I'm not waiting for it to come back here when we got a new event. I just start the process over again. Let's see where we're at. Anyway, you want to see tick tagging extremes if you think you're going to have an extended move because it's not going anywhere. If it doesn't, you're going to get this kind of whipsaw nonsense. Just not that you can't go short. You shouldn't be stepping on the gas. I stepped on the gas that day and I got my head handed to me. It's not cool. Where is my NASDAQ chart?
All right, then Trump sent it. Or the live video is on.
We got Trump's coming here too. So this is Nizzy. This turns bullish. This is where this gapped up as well. We took this Izzy short right at the high volume node, right where this broke down from. I'm out of that. If this turns bullish, I'll take that. If not, then I'm watching for Armageddon on 4 times Friday if this breaks here.
Trump praise Tesla.
Say line in the sands right around 25,535. Anything below there, I'd take Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is current balance breakdown. And that was a balance from yesterday, but this is now a balance today, right? I mean, between yesterday and today, back and forth trade, traders placing bets. That breaks down through that. That's a breaking bad, and that's a fail balance breakout. I'll show you what I did with these market profile composites too.
Even though the 120, you short validate.
Got nothing pick wise. Nothing. This is extreme standard. This might be a hugger today, where it just hugs the standard deviation, extreme standard deviation. Anyway, that's not a dead anyway because it's not a diverging delta. I'm gonna take these back in blacks though, as long as there's no.
Tom says acid was good on TV. I want to keep him where he is.
All right. So back in black off that, you got these. And watch, I don't have to try to squeeze out an extra couple points here. If it gets up to this Gex3, I'm gonna get out. Right? 700 versus 701.75. Yeah, I'll get out right there. I'm not even gonna put my order until it pops up there because I'm sick of the getting up there and then running away from it. What was that? It's supposed to mute everyone, so mute yourself if you're on here. I just heard some. It's good to know I'm not the only person swearing. Let's see, who is that? Who's swearing?
That's it. Bed says we'll see how this works out.
I don't see anyone. They might have already muted themselves. That's Eric. I think he said the F word. How dare you swear in my webinar, Eric? I'm kidding. Like I said yesterday, I got off the bookmap webinar and the Zoom is still running, and I'm like, hey, what do you know? Effing stop to the tick or whatever I said. So that's a little delight there. There's a price change back, by the way, in crude. I know you guys can't believe it, that I was filled to the tick. Price change back. I already missed it. That was the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it though, because it triggers me. But anyway, I could have put the other half on this. This is what I was trying to do. I didn't hear it.
Excuse me. Trump said
You gotta be kidding me.
acid is good at all. Does that did see the dollar move towards the other side.
And this is just, guys, I'm trying my best. Well, first of all, I didn't even have my order in, but it's like, this is right where I already got out, just runs away. Just don't know what else to do, man. Come on. All right. It's just nutty. Like I didn't put it in there. Oh, S&P saved you guys from hearing me bitch about that. Out of that reversion at work. Back in black. Don't call back. Wow, a lot of ice here. Out of nowhere. I still take this as Nezzy. It's kind of like was in here. See what I mean? It's kind of been, well, I'll wait for my rule is if it's sitting in the zone, it's kind of been sitting in the zone. It actually came back, it's been sitting in here. Came down to here, but it's been sitting here. I'll demand ATR retest. You can't, if you want to take it aggressively, you can take it aggressively, meaning first move out. I put my Gex. I just missed a Gexy. I didn't have my price lines on here. Guarantee this was a Gexy with 2,500 contracts. I wouldn't have taken that one. Again, these are areas, but it's too far below there, and it already had moved down below. So I would not have taken it. Would work, but
That's long validated.
All right, I'm gonna show chance. I'm gonna show you what I do with these. I got nothing pick, nothing lug. I would not take a slug off of that, and plus it was up here, it wasn't down here. That's not close enough for a slug for me. The only thing I could take is an Izzy, and I'm gonna wait for ATR retest because it's been sitting in the zone. Oh, guys, bearish. So bar clicks are off the table right now. This is getting close where you can move this to a 20 ATR or 20 ticker and say over 7.
Hold a fill.
What?
Hold a fill.
I remember putting the damn order in. Worst. Jesus. Just lost $150 for no reason. What did I have working here? I'm very easily triggered lately. All right, that was quick. I didn't take it. That's why it worked quickly. I mean, there's nothing here for me to take it. You could have played Dan H price change game. I guarantee this is price change. There you go. Did you take this, Dan? Dan H special. Algo guy bearish. Any short, meaning any short reversions with the price change, you jump in. Right there. We'll just call it the D. We're going to call it the DH from now on.
150 contract. All
right, something's going on. He said something somewhere. I guarantee this is Trump saying something.
All
right, another double whammy. This is do or die right here, baby. This might be a breaking away too. I'm sure we got heavy relative volume, so I will take a breaking away, and I'm taking a double size. I've been trying to catch this damn short in this market for the last 2 days. Really heavy relative volume, and a lot. Now these are going to be really good. I don't even have to look at the footprint. I already know. I will take these reversions, short reversions, aggressively. See this? I just keep buying it though. All right, here's the fuel we need too. So I'm going to combine all these. Why will this not move? I don't even need this one. All right, this is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This is it. It's a song. I forgot the name of the song. This is it, I guess. I told you guys I'm losing it. All right. Double whammy. This inherently should be bullish, right? If it breaks, it's even more of a sign bye-bye. So I'm taking double size shorts, breaking away because we got heavy relative volume. 4573.4.
This is in US 2 year rate up to Trump says he wants that in the TNC. Wait, they want to keep back in the TNC. Build that size for 5 DC 150 contracts. Build stock sell DC 184 contracts.
All right, this A plus reversion is like a double A plus. Back into this stuff. For you to get stopped out, it's got to get through all that stuff it just got.
Stock sell DC 380 contracts.
All right, my original, I'm still taking this trade from right here. And I could trail my stop to this stuff too, but now I can't take this reversion. You can still take the reversion, especially off the blind spots and stuff. This is just the start of this puke, in my opinion. All right, filled on that. Double size. Stops up here. Above it a little bit. 45.91. All right, again, something's being said somewhere. Like,
When we short retest it, right? You see short validate.
yes, Sienna, are you on the webinar? That's all we've been talking about the last 5 minutes. All right, I'm just gonna make this all one here. Again. I must want this to pop back up so I can get an A plus reversion here. A plus 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 plus.
Contract. And he stops at 168.
All right, 4 times Friday underway. This is a bark lick here too. I gotta get on this right now. Hold on, NASDAQ. All right, new stops too. A plus reversion. I'm short bark lick this guy. I could trail my stop, and I'm gonna add to it too. Bark lick, ATR retest confirm. Trail my stop to that guy now. A plus reversion. You can get in a little bit before this kicks 3 too if you want, so you don't miss it. All right, we're at the this. I'm not getting. You could. I'll piece out of one of these because I got double size on. You've got to be kidding me! Like I can't even bring my mouse over to. I was going to get out of one of these, and it literally just ripped 100 ticks on me. You gotta be kidding me! All right, so I got on. I was trying to get out at this 1 day minimum, just one of them, and then put it. I was going to play the price change game, but I don't think you got to get out of any. Actually, I think this thing's going to get crushed. I don't think it's not me guessing. It's based on the week of balance, and there's nothing here. This is very likely coming down to there, or it should. If it doesn't, then it's telling you something too. But of course, it comes right back. So all right. I'm trying my best not to lose it. I will watch put support. I will get out of one down here, and I'll put it back on if it price changes. I'm just going to put it in so I don't miss it.
By price for itself, EC 163 contract.
Wait for this move for 2 days. I would not be taking reversions, even though it already did it. It looks like to the tick. I didn't get up there. Do not be fading heavy relative volume, especially breaking down out of balance. I popped out of one here at X7. If it pops up, I'll put it back on. I had double size on, so I'm fine with it. If it keeps going, I got normal size on right here. This one's A plus here. This one's not. Well, this one's close. I would not yell at you for taking this guy. Stop's still inside of it, but I mean, a lot's got to happen for it to get through. I'd move your stuff here, but
Priority has disqualified.
all right. So I'm getting out these areas. Now I have one left. The price change algo is trying to play the price change game. It's just getting run over, right? So guys, this is exactly what should happen when you break out of balance with heavy relative volume. This is what's supposed to happen. This is what I tried 15 times in the last 2 days. But finally happened.
Low by side, sell GC 153 contract.
All right. I'm still short. Got Barklick on. I'm going to add to it here.
150 for contract. China kills us for the people, but sorry, but helping to decide sizing and sell DB 508 contract.
So I was thinking this wouldn't happen. But wait, what happened here? Did I miss a event in ES? All right, there's no heavy relative volume here. So, I mean, you could take reversions. I didn't do anything off here. You know, the
China also tells us already that it doesn't restrict what will be.
could do that if that comes back. You can take reversions off of, you know, the only gex level here is blinds plus 7. Doesn't have to be a gex level. You are right in the lug here too. So you could take, if this bounces back, you could take it. And this is a prior marker profile composite. I can just take a regular one guy.
The China has they're willing to maintain communication with the trading fee.
Keep an eye out for a hero alert too. This pops back. I'm going to try this. It feels like this thing's going to get smoked, but again, my feeling is wrong 80% of the time. My gut feeling just doesn't work anymore. It's on. So remember I said I was going to wait for, remember this was in the Izzy zone. I said I'm going to wait for ATR retest because it was kind of already sitting in there and already had moved below here. And I'm glad I did. Actually, you would have been filled anyway, but that's why I wanted to see that, and that never happened. So, but you would have never been filled. Hey, look, hey, you got, look, you see this? Look, see that tick, Phil? That's 4 today so far, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I think I had 8 yesterday. There was more activity down here.
ABC, just noting that all long ahead, that very long validate comments of concept according to prediction markets.
Actually, this is not right. This needs to be combined.
EC long validate.
Meaning that's not the
EC long validate. EC long
I'm
validate.
combining these.
EC long validate. EC long validate. EC long validate. EC.
So it's up here, and that's not an A plus. Doesn't mean you can't take. I mean, this. Well, you'd be stepping out right in the middle of this. I should have kept it. It's gonna work. Damn it. Oh well. That was the right thing to do. I mean, you want to combine these, right? I don't even see the stop run in here though. Oh, it's buy stops. That's very odd. Well, whatever, it worked. I was the reversion was showing me off of this, but it worked, and I just got out of it. So. Still short one. Stop goes here. I'm not going to move it above all this. You could, but if it pops back, I'm out. 45.63.2. And I could still play the price change game. It hasn't price changed once back up. So again, this is one of the times I talk about it all the time. Price change game works great until it doesn't, right? Until it price changes for 500 ticks. That's just because the big money's in here unloading, and you see it in the relative volume. only 9 times normal. That's not a lot. It's gonna have a very, very, very difficult time just ripping right back through here. I hope they try it because they're gonna get whack-a-mode. So I should have just taken that. Well, it wasn't the right entry point, but the point is like it sucks. This is already retested. any moves back into this stuff are going to be great shorts into that. There's so many traders underwater right here, especially everyone buying the dip. How'd that feel? How did all this buy ice feel? Pretty good. It's going to be very, 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 very difficult to just rip right back through there. And if it does, great. I large sums of cash I will put up that does not happen. If it does, then it's telling you something too, right? Hey, what do I have on here? See, this is guys. See, this stuff has already been set. I guarantee this is why these markets are selling off. All right, I'm still long. I'm long crude. I never put my stop in here. I better get this thing in before there's a news story on crude like there is every day lately. Been tagged the tick 2 different times. Now it's going. I'm long here. Izzy and pick 59.32 is the stop. I only have half size on too. I'm going to play the price change game. I had multiple chances to play the price change game. I don't even know why I tried to do that on the webinars, but it's only showing me down $10 on this Bark Lake trade. Oh, because I lost earlier on one, I think. Oh yeah, I lost one at the open because I was like, I took this trade off of this stuff, the Mark Lick. So trail the stop. Any one of these, I can add to it. Four times Friday. We can every day beat Friday. Haven't stopped out of this. I'm about to though. I'm shocked I haven't been thick, by the way. And it came back again. It still didn't get past that price to give me peace of mind. I mean, I guess it did by a smidge. The minute I bring it up, boom. Cough. God, I'm so effing sick of this crap. I'm so sick of the tick fills. I can't take it. All right. I will take reversions off Gex here, potentially. Can still take the other reversions too, right? That was the one. I want to take the 2 off the blind spot. I mean, I don't know if you want to take it off blind spot 7, but new lugs. This is market profile composite. So if this bounces, I'll try them again. Take this guy. This is bouncing out. I've seen these. I've seen like the last 10 of these have worked. Reversions off these edges. Granted, the entry is like right. I'm bouncing and getting in right here, but right, this is not. This is right on this Gex level. I'm going to take this reversion.
CSP 500 down 0.2%. Nasdaq down 0.3%.
Yeah, thanks.
Down
Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Tell us why. Good joke. All right, I took that. It kind of went through there a little bit, but this thing's. We all know these markets. It's probably going to rip back up. The minute they decide it's time, right back up. It's already starting. All right, I filled on that ES too. Hey, it wasn't to the tick. I got that going for me, which is nice. It's a pathetic existence when your only saving grace. It's not if it's a winner. It's if I don't get filled to the tick and stopped out. It's just stops down here. My Q is below 2.
It was treasury yield.
I think I would know that.
Make you roll. Yield of 10-year treasury notes.
Yep. You're right.
At around 4.207%.
Oh, didn't quite hit it, but yes, it is backstop. So to stop out, it's got to get through the lug too. Doesn't mean it won't form new lugs, just better odds, percentages. It's what trading is. Like I said, you may want to front run some of these prices too, kind of like this, because there's so many orders sitting here. See that? Mother.
There is no Q&A or live stream.
Again, guys, the more people that you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I say it every day. My only saving grace is you guys are seeing like it's public of what I watch all day long, every single day of my life. 2 different times this thing came up here. That time I actually had the order in, runs away. So what I was just coming out of my mouth is you may want to front run these exit prices because everybody's using this thing now. You know, granted, I've made it, I understand that, but you okay, I'm just I mean, I'm trading micros. It's not like I have 5 big ones on for that to keep happening. That's another thing that's driving me nuts. It's like it's 5 micros. Deep breaths. I swore I would not let this bother me today, and I'm letting it bother me today. Again, guys, this all stems from when I was this big scalper trading against that guy that was running me over. Like that's where all my PTSD comes from, where it feels personal, right? And it just triggers me every single time. I literally have to go get therapy. Look at that. Fucking, I'm so sorry, pardon my language. I just can't take it anymore, man. I'm a seasoned trader. It's seriously like I started last week. No one even comments anymore. You guys are just so used to it. It's just like it's pathetic. And when you again, I keep saying to myself, I need to talk it out so I don't literally like lose it. But it's like it just triggers me more. All right, didn't get filled, so just let that sit. This guy already did it. Remember, I canceled that, so nothing to do here.
It was 30-year less than 100 basis points higher than 5-year.
I was supposed to stop out here and miss that. I didn't put that in. I'm out. I can't take it. I'm out. I missed my exit here. And that's 70 tick difference. I mean, that's a meaningful miss, right? So I was short FBBs, trail the most recent event. I should have stopped out there. Granted, I probably would have moved a little bit above here. At this point, you know what? I'm just going to leave this on. If these guys can push this thing all the way back through this massacre, there's so many traders here, then I'll stop out up here. It's just I have one left. I'm fine. I got out of the majority there. So this is my decision. This isn't like the rules. I should be stopping out here, but this is a different situation. Hey, there it is. There's a retest. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. Trading is easy. So I got this guy out too. Now we get to have fun with this one.
It's Collins, the non-Collins of monetary policy.
Oh, we got Fed chirps too. I forgot. She should be a good cop though, coming in and saving the day. Every time the markets are down like this, they come in and it just always coincides with them talking. Then they come in and say something and the market saved. We'll see. Your billion move. That's what's driving this. Hopefully it continues. I'm still short Barclay. And I can add to it now too. Right? This comes down, I'm adding to it. Otherwise stops up here. Trail to the most recent event. Remember I went short way up here off this dude. Trail to stop. Trail to stop. Add. That happens. There's nothing to do on the long side here. It's already been proven a bearish event. I should have just got out there. I just lost track of it again. Again, do I need to squeeze out a point and a half? So now I'm probably gonna get burned on this. It's like, why can't I just come and see it when it's sitting here and get out? Like I see it once I come back to the screen, it's already back down. Again, you got this, you got this. Your exit's there. I mean, is it really worth the point? So if we pop back up here, I'm out of this too, especially with her talking. I think it's a girl. All right, I'm out. You guys, congratulations. It's going to come back, but you got two Gex levels on a Fed clown chirping here, so I'm out. So they both work. This one worked officially. Again, 73.75 versus 75 was your actual exit. So if you need to squeeze out an extra point with her talking and two Gex levels there, then
157 contract.
You're asking for it. All right, let's look at the Gex levels first and foremost, see if they're starting to already play the not seeing much here. It's not really blue down here either. So might be Armageddon today. All right, buy ice here. So I can still take the bark lick off of this guy. Add to it. I'm already have it on. As long as this guy doesn't prove bullish. If this proves bullish, then there's new trades off of that and trailing my stop to that. Actually, you can trail your stop to that now. I would move it just above here. So stop out in that stuff. If you really want to, you move it above here. It's up to you. right? So you can stop out normally, or you can move it above prior stuff, GEX levels. I'll move it to 76 if I'm going to be wrong. And then that's where I would enter longs too versus 67. I'm fine with another 10, 12 points. Move it up at 77, 77 quarter. And as far as potential longs off of that, if it comes back, I'm adding to the bark leg. Like I said, that entry is here, 91 quarter. As far as longs, potential longs, this isn't, no, it's not really an I love you. Bottom of that was 1950. Yeah, that's not an I love you. Nothing to do there, nothing to do on the profile composites, which I still want to show you guys something. This isn't Izzy. Right there. Granted, it has been sitting in here. Yeah, you could take that aggressively. I'll wait for the ATR retest just because I this Mars to get killed by the there's your official retest. So again, I sacrificed for you guys on both of those. You're welcome. Both reversions work though. You guys should be having a good day. I mean, I'm having a good day. I feel like I've lost like 20 grand just because of the tick bullshit, but you guys should all be having a good day no matter what strategy you're taking. These trades are working across the board. And this is where you keep trading. You don't get up and say, I made my 3 grand today. I'm done. If you can make 3, make 6. If you make 6, make 12. Because it's going to go right back to hard as shit, probably on Monday. Right. So take advantage when everything's working. See, Eric swearing earlier got me on the swear train, got me in the truck driver train. So this was close. If it comes back up here, I probably will take this. That was close. And I mean, that's pretty close. You got those two. So it's going to work, but just for future reference, if it came up here and then came back, I probably would have taken it. I didn't take it. If it still does, I'll still take it. Plus you got that there too. That'll help. It's not an A plus, but it helps. Oh, Algo guys crossing. Yeah, you don't want to take it there. Well, what's the ATR though? 35. I think you can switch to a 40 ticker. I mean 50 ticker. 40s. What am I doing here? We say 40. So this one hasn't crossed. So you got, it's definitely not 20 though. Right? Remember, we're working on, Dune Owner's working on, I think I already posted, I gotta check a sliding scale. It's definitely not 20. So I wouldn't be using 20. 50 is probably a little too much right now, but it's definitely not crossing here. So if this bounces here, I'm gonna take it. And then I'm gonna blame Dan for jinxing me. You mean just basically match it to the ATR? Yeah, you could do that. I mean to the ATR. You could do that, but I mean when it's 40, I move it to 50. It's just, guys, this is one of the subjective things about it, right? You can do it. What does it look like on a 40 here? I mean, on a 35. I'm still willing to take this, right? Like you don't want to take it against crosses, but it's got to get through Gex level, Gex level, Gex level, and I'm probably going to move my stop above this stop run too. So I'm willing to take this guy. And guys, this is why this is doing this as usual, right? There you go. Just went 2 billion. minus 4.67, 0.2.8. This is the game every single day.
Right, and you disqualify. And he like cited for 5, yeah, 700.
I stopped out of the bark lick. I'm not taking Izzy here. I'm gonna wait for ATR retest. This isn't really a back in black now. Kind of popped through there. Again, it was only a couple points. I'll still give it a shot. Just because I can't pass up on shorts. Every day, same thing every day, right around this time of day, hero games begin. There we go. Here, I'm probably going to take this now. If this goes any higher, I'm not taking this coming back. You can still take these. I'll still take these. Here, let me just cancel this. Let them play their little. And we got a new Fed guy coming out right now too. So now we got two Fed clowns talking at the same time, doing a dual juggle act. So you might not want to take any of these, obviously, right? And then this buy ice that came in was probably Fed Bowman's cousin. That he told me he was going to say something bullish too. I'm kidding, obviously, but wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, Fed guys could trade up until like last year. Literally could put trades on. Clear as mud. All right, so if this fails, this would be Izzy short. Buy ice. Came right back in here. That's not bullish, I'll tell you that. But this is right where this gapped up from, by the way, too. This fails, I could take it as he's short. Got a price change on somewhere. It's driving me nuts. It's crude. All right, what I'm going to do here in crude too. Use hot knife through butter exit. This has had plenty of chances to go. And put on hot knife butter short. ATR, retest. ATR, retest. ATR, can't go. Stops here versus here. I'm going to put on the other size. Remember how I had half size on? Just because I get to, I'm going to trail it like right here, basically. So I'm giving it one shot to rip. Not, I'm stopping out at, put it at 44. This was the Izzy pick that I've had on all morning long. It's right back to the usual crude trade. And I'm still short gold. Like I'm daring you, Billy. Daring you to come all the way back. You can clear that stuff, that I'm out. I might take this now that they're both talking, but I might take that. Didn't quite get up there. He would have been filled on the two, but let's see if there's anything else here. It's just watch this here. Every single day they do it. Every day they do it. You'd think I would just literally at like 9:50 just buy blindly every day. Especially if the thing's down. Instead, I get mad about it. Again, I always say if you can't beat them, join them. Instead of bitching about it, just put on along or buy a call or something. This is the Dune Runner special too, where he likes to take the reversions off the red ribbon. So you can use that as one of your reasons too, right? Because it's got to push through the ribbon to stop you out as well. Contemplating whether I'm going to put this on or not. Did anybody take this too? Did you get filled on it? I can't believe it was right at the tech. That doesn't look like it would have been filled. Oh yeah, you would have. So it's a back and black off of the you could have taken off a red ribbon. I won't take the one. If it pops back up, I'm going to take the two. So congratulations. I'd be fine with taking that, especially with all the stuff it has to get through. But this feels, especially with the Fed talk, feels like I'm going to get whipsawed out of it. So if it pops back without the retest, I'll take the two. I'm not going to take the one. But you do have the red ribbon. It didn't quite get to X3. If it comes up there and reacts, then I'll take that too. You still have potential reversions here. This would be aggressive, but you got vol trigger right there. Actually, is this already? Hold on. Oh no, that's 69.50. All right, I gotta take a breath, but great morning. Again, it feels like I've lost 20 grand because of the F and tick outs, but that held. Watch that. That gets below here. Double size shorts. Watch for yet again another fail balance break down. That comes back and clears that right where that stopped this morning. That would be my line in the sand for that. And then NASDAQ. Same thing. Again, I would consider that a balance right now as well. It's two-sided trade. Take 25, 790. Anything above there, you can take FBB longs. Other than that, watch this dude. If that breaks, I'm taking double side shorts there. Gold, any moves back into this stuff with new events, I have no problem taking double side shorts. Granted, you don't want to see this tail, but there's a lot. I mean, you got the puke, but there's still a lot of guys like, please let me out, especially guys that just got run over here. And then you're not even counting the guys that didn't puke in here, right? So this Izzy would be, I'll take that Izzy double size. I don't know if I take this one double size. I'll still take an Izzy short there, but this one, if I get an event here, I'll take a double size Izzy short. There was 8 times normal volume on that sell-off, right? I want to see what the footprint looks like. Again, I gotta start watching this more for reversions, for everything. So again, I mean, it depends on the ATR too. 4,000 isn't terrible, but if you get like 7,000, 8,000 with a 40 ATR, that's a lot. Nothing there though. I just want to see what this gold move looked like on the way down. I do this every time. Doing here. So again, this might not even be enough. The 20 tick with the current volatility. You can see these. Yeah, see this isn't. But there was no recovery, right? It's like when it could recover, guys can get out. It was like boom, barely recovered, boom, barely recovered. So there's guys that hold their breath that don't get out, terrible traders, which most traders are, that don't stop themselves out as it comes back. That's when they get out, right? So that's why it's kind of should struggle here coming back, and I will take double size shorts, but this is kind of a different animal too because of how ridiculously bullish this has been, but it's all the same stuff. Like if it does, say I take a double size short and lose, and take another short here and lose. That would be a mammoth, not Monmouth Park racetrack, but mammoth. fail balance breakdown. So that could happen too. It's if then scenarios. Right now, I'm going double size shorts. If it recovers there, great job, guys. Then I'm gonna fire. And we got bias here.
Priority S long validation.
Still watching this guy. Granted, I'm not supposed to be putting on trades right now either. Right? I'm supposed to be turning this off and walking out of my office. Of course, they got to tempt me. Now I got to be the monkey sticking his finger in an electrical socket, thinking it's not going to hurt this time. So, like I say, if the relative volume gets 150% or more, I think it's okay. But this is not 150% or more. It's like 140, but I don't know. You're asking for trouble. I don't really want to taint my 4 times Friday either. Anyway, you got the Venom Russell, you got a Venom. And I can't tell you how many reversions I've lost. You would think this time of day would be Chop City. I've lost like 80% of my reversions, especially A+s, right at this time of day. Because they start to do this. And then you fade it and you get run over. This thing just recovered 3.5 billion and counting. So annoying. I'm so tempted to take this too. You got sell ice, now I put potential A+. A+. I might take this if this comes back. I just told you I'm a monkey. They're starting to hit these two. I'm going to give this a shot. If it loses, then I'll just say, hey, I shouldn't trade it this time period. It's just because, for me, it always feels like I'm just missing out on an opportunity, right? Because this stuff is just incredible. So that's why I do it. And then I say, why did I do it? But I'll take this. Stop would be here. Just please don't be to the tick. Please. 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 I'm begging. Please. Please.
Order fill. Order fill.
Put it on this one too. All right, so I took it. It's not to the tick too. Woohoo! I'm still going to be a monkey here and watch if it does come back here. You got a spot gamma level and blind spot, and it's 10 points away. So I wouldn't be trying to squeeze out an extra 10 points. All right. Other than that, I'll just quickly go over some of these areas. This is if you're going to trade right now, this is an Izzy short. I would move it below here. This is not an A+ reversion because this is the prior event, but you could take Izzy shorts. Quickly, I want to show you what I did with this market profile too. All right, this is very likely going to bounce around here for a while just because of this stuff and this. It's probably going to do this and do this and do this. And then I'm going to say 85 times I shouldn't have put the trade on, even if it works. Anyway, what I did with these profiles, I made this one big one. So this is what it looked like. I did it for both ES and NQ. Hold on, what am I doing? So this is what this looked like, right? So you had composite already. Then you had single day, didn't overlap, so I didn't overlap to that. And then you had another day that overlapped that. So then you merge them all, right? They're pretty far from each other, these two, but that's the right thing to do, I believe. Again, this gets a little subjective with the merging too, but you know, the market will tell you if it's good. And this looks like it was pretty good, right? Pretty damn good there. And it did respond at the point of control a couple times. So I think that is a golden profile. And I did the same thing with the S. It was like, it was composite, then there was a single day, and then yesterday. And I just merged them all. So now breakout of that guy is going to be very significant. So Izzy, you can take Izzy's there. Like I said, nothing market profile, nothing lugs. So you can take Izzy shorts if you want to trade at this time of day, like a monkey. And then again, like I said, this thing's going to bounce around probably for 3 hours now and torture me. But stops there. You want to move it up a little bit above put support. And then you got those. So it's like, how far do you want to put the thing? You want to move it up 25 points? You could do that. And if a new event comes in, then I'm out, right? All right, I did add to these crude. So the price change, I could have done this multiple times, guys. This is what I'm saying, right? The pick and the Izzy, right? Aggressive. This is what I should have done. I ended up doing it over here, but say I put it on, put on half, put on the other half. Here, let's spread this out real quick so I can show you this. Well, first of all, it's showing me all the different ones. That's why, because, you know, God forbid they get it so you can have little tabs here and kind of funnel between them. That makes too much sense. Must be very hard to do. Being facetious. Anyway, you're in half, you add. That was a price change you could have added there. I missed it. I think I didn't even add over here. I added over here. But say you got in. I wouldn't get out of anything here on a price change, but when a price changes back up to these, right? Get out of it, get out of a couple, put them back on the price change, right? You can be getting out of a couple more. You can play this game, right? Around your position, not the full position. And you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't get out of full position. So like right now, I need to be getting out of a couple of these because I full size on. So I have 12 on. I'll get out of 4. And I'll keep playing the game with them. The manipulating cheaters that they are, right? All right, so that was a good day. You guys should be doing well. If you're not doing well today, this morning, then you got to figure out why you're not doing well because it's 4 times Friday, first of all, right? All right, use the weekend to recharge. I need to shake off the tick outs and I'll be back strong on Monday for mundane Monday. That's what we'll call it. Wait, hold on. Who's texting me? Oh, Andrew. All right. And then have fun with this reversion. It's bouncing around for 3 hours. All right. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Actually, Monday we might not have a webinar. I don't think we're gonna have a webinar. We'll see how the trade is because the bonds are closed. I think the market's closed early. We'll figure it out. I'll send a message Monday morning. Thanks.